Okay, good morning and welcome to Guided Meditations and More. My name is Ade Richardson, and this is normally a 8 a.m. daily guided meditation. I've also been hosting interviews with various types of people who share a little bit of their journey on the spiritual path. And today I have the great pleasure to have with us Cecelia Waterman-Santiago. Good morning, Cecelia.
Good morning. Happy
So
to be here.
happy to have you here. So, folks, I drank a little bit too much coffee today, so I'm a little bit jittery. But let's see. Excuse me. I'm going to read your bio again. I figure it's a just for the people that are new to the show, the meditation show. Let's see. Born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, Cecelia currently resides in the beautiful Hudson Valley. A former Wall Street marketer, she's happily in service of the heart as a Reiki master, certified yoga teacher, spiritual advisor, writer, photographer, and creator of holistic products. Cecelia has a nonprofit company named House of Rising Sun, and I'll leave the link of that in the description of this video. I'll leave all the links to your Facebook and website and things like that. House of Rising Sun, which will be a residential group home for girls that have been sexually exploited. And by the way, we have a video where Cecelia talked about that company. It's further down if you search. If you send me a message, I can send it to you. Cecelia loves to travel, although not lately. Those, due to
But I
our,
will again.
yeah.
I will again.
Maybe now it's the astral traveling.
Yes.
You got to settle for that. See new places and share experiences. She's grateful for everyone as all is a blessing and all is very, very well. That's a good reminder for us, especially in these times where, like you can share about what we were talking about earlier. And by the way, I just wanted to mention, Cecelia and I were texting back and forth yesterday. And, she asked me how, I dropped my pen. Okay. She asked me how I was feeling. And, I did the kind of knee jerk, oh, I'm okay. Things are okay. I had a slight headache. And then I sat with it for a little while, and she kind of shared some things that she was experiencing, kind of opened up. So it helped me to take a little step back and just really check in, because I felt like, there was a kind of a fog there that I wasn't seeing through. And I was able to, tap into that. And I just really felt some sadness. And I shared that with her, and she shared she was picking up on that energy. And, so I did. And I just share it because sometimes, it may be helpful for someone else. Sometimes we're in when this fog comes over us, and it just, becomes like, sometimes we can miss it, if we don't take that time to step away from the distractions that might be going on. And for me, that's like playing chess on my phone, or, doing different things, and just focusing the mind on something else. So taking a step back, and I took that step back, and I felt that sadness, which was really lingering there for a while. And Cecelia is going to talk a little bit more about what's going on. And, I allowed myself to cry. All this stuff just came up, and I was just like, oh, I was like, had this blanket on, and was just letting stuff like come up. And as I was putting the attention on the emotion and the sensation in the body, and just being gentle with it, it was really good. So, I appreciate that, and I thank you for pointing that out. And it's something that I'm learning to, that we need help, that we need, people, friends that could, point out things. And for me, I'm such a kind of a loner at times. And, I like my alone space and not having many, but it's good to have, people to talk to and to point out certain things. So anyway, enough of me, and maybe you could. We were talking before this. Maybe you could talk a little bit about that before we get into the Reiki sound healing meditation.
Of course, of course. And it's sort of like what you said, it's a knee-jerk reaction to say, oh, I'm fine. Oh, I'm good. I'm good. But when you're energy sensitive, we know that there's something else going on. We don't always say it. If you're an empath, there are a lot of people who are empaths. So just energy sensitive, that's what it means. And a lot of times we'll just say, okay, we'll let it go. Maybe they don't want to talk about it. But I felt the need yesterday to ask you about that because I felt your energy and it felt sad. And I wanted to make sure that you still wanted to do this today. And I also wanted to make sure that, I was there to support you if I could and to help if I could and do what's best for us. So, but right now we're in this energy that's so chaotic and discordant, and there's so much fear and so much anger, and people are uncertain of what tomorrow will bring. And so people are afraid. And when people are acting out in anger and resentment and all of that, it's just fear, really. All of that is based in fear. So if you're angry, you can ask yourself, what am I afraid of? Just stop. And if you do, 9 times out of 10, I would say 10 out of 10, but okay, 9 times out of 10, you're going to find that there is an underlying fear attached to the anger. So when we're in this environment, it's important, I think, to recognize that when people are acting out, people are screaming on Facebook, it's beyond, to me, it's almost beyond belief, the angst, the energy. So I think it's just really important to keep in mind that people are just afraid right now. People are afraid. People don't know what's going to happen. But with that being said, we can also remind people that, we've been here before in some form or fashion. We've experienced things that are just so scary to us beyond belief. And we've been okay. And we will be okay. We are okay. That's why I always say all is well. Because right here, right now, the world, we don't know what's going on outside, but you and I are here together in this bubble, and we're okay, right? The people that are watching this right now, most likely are okay. So that's my truth. All is well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And that uncertainty and not knowing what's going to happen in terms, I know a lot of it for people is surrounded not only with the health of themselves and loved ones, but the economy and what is their financial situation going to look like, and how are we going to take care of how are they going to take care of their family and themselves, and so and when is this going to be over? What's the end point of this? So it is bringing within myself too this feeling of uncertainty. But what I feel like it's highlighting is the idea I had that I thought that I knew how things were going to be, that I have some sort of control, or that things are going the way that, just because things are going in a way that fit into my paradigm as to how I think things should be, or I'm getting the things that I need, or my feathers aren't ruffled, then things are okay. But when life presents itself in these unexpected ways, then we realize that I don't even know how the functioning within this body is going on. I'm not paying attention, and what I'm getting at is there seems to be a divine intelligence at work that is, driving things, that's running the show, and rather than me, and so that's
Yeah, and then if we look at it like um, all is for a purpose and a reason, right? And everything is teaching us something, then we truly are fine. Everything is going according to plan. It may not be our plan. Maybe we had a different plan, but maybe this plan at the end of the day is better for us, is going to take us to a higher level. Maybe it will help us to evolve and to grow. So, when I think of all is well, I think of that as well too. Thinking that this everything is teaching us something. Everything is intended for our growth and our betterment. Everything is meant to help us to evolve.
yeah.
So,
And how does that tied into, and I don't know if this is part of what you'll talk about when you go into the meditation, but how is this tied into this new moon that you mentioned the
oh,
other day?
well, new moon is basically symbolizes new beginnings. So
Hmm.
we think of the full moon, we think of release and letting go. We think of things coming to fruition and completion. Well, the new moon is a new start. It's an opportunity to begin again. So we are leaving things behind, but we're embarking on a new day, a new plan. It's a whole new energy. So it's a
Yeah.
new moon. So it's change.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are stepping into new things now. People are recreating themselves.
Hmm.
We're survivors and we're finding different ways to live and to make things happen. So,
Yeah. And I guess we can like a tree in the wind, we can bend and bend with the wind, or we can be rigid and try to cling to the ways that we know, and the ways that we're familiar with and comfortable with. So this change, um, this new beginning, this letting go of the old, letting go of something, it feels can that feel like also a sort of grieving process? With that, do you think some sadness can perhaps come out of that as well?
well, yes. And I was listening to a spiritualist, a friend, and she was discussing all of this. And she's a lot more learned about this than I am. But she was talking about us going through the throes of ascension. So
Mm,
many of us are ascending to a higher level of awareness and raising our vibrations. And with that, we are changing or we're leaving behind the old. And there is a sadness in leaving the old and the familiar behind.
mm,
So we are letting go of things that we have, even though they may cause us pain, we were comfortable and familiar there. So we're
yeah,
leaving that behind. And I actually went through a period where I kept reminiscing. And that's what I was speaking with her about. I was thinking about childhood. I was thinking about things that happened to me. Yeah. And I'm like, where did this come from? What? I haven't thought about this. And I started to cry. And I'm like, and she said, this is all part of the process. We're revisiting the past as we let go and we move forward. So it's like we move from an old house, right? When you're driving away from your old house and you're moving
yeah,
to the new and you're looking back and you're like, and there's a sense of sadness, even though you're moving to hopefully a bigger and better place, not
mm,
necessarily bigger, but a better place. Just leaving the old and the memories and the attachments, leaving all those
yeah.
behind. can be sad
Yeah.
and make us feel sad.
Yeah, certainly. And I went through this nostalgic feeling recently as well, to the point of, and I posted on Facebook, I was looking for the specific name of an old pizza place in Crown Heights where I used to live. And I researched, I finally found the name. Like there was no trace, but I went into those, look up old businesses. Like I really, and I kept thinking, why is this coming up? And I was so interested in, that history and things like that. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's part of it. And they call this the dark night of the soul
Mm,
when you're going through this before you
yeah.
start to evolve and ascend and transform. A lot of times we go through pain
Mm,
and trauma and chaos, so discord, all of that stuff. And things come up. They have to come up to be healed. We have
yeah.
to be aware for things to be healed.
And it sounds like, with this transformation, it's something that everyone pretty much has to experience and go through at their own pace. There's a analogy, if you when a caterpillar is turning into a butterfly, if you just rip off their caterpillar shell, it's not gonna work out. There was an example of someone had tried to speed up that process with the caterpillar, and the caterpillar wasn't able to walk or fly or anything. And I guess that's, we have to go through that discord, that sadness, that, processing of the emotions and everything else, it
Well, yeah,
seems.
because when the caterpillar is in the cocoon, it's developing, it's getting
Yeah.
stronger. It's all of these things are happening, which you can't see on the outside, and it needs that time.
Yeah.
We need that time, to get to where we need to be. And not everybody gets there at the same time. So we need to keep that in mind as well. Well, we should.
Yeah, I'm a pretty slow learner. I'm always I'm always behind everything, and there's a something might be in style, and then I think I discovered it, 5 years after the fact. So, and one of the letting go, and a lot of this, and maybe you could talk briefly about this, but it seems like part of this process of this letting go is seems like also in preparation for the ultimate letting go that many times, especially in our Western culture, we don't like to think about death. We don't like to think about, leaving the body, or these sort of things. But in India, they have a different, the culture is different. They actually have the cremation grounds out by the rivers and in the open, where kids come and watch, and people in the community. And I've watched something like a documentary of how they treat the body. It's very hands-on. It's not like, oh, that's a dead body. There was so much sort of love. It just felt very natural, the way that they treated this process. And there was this feeling that I got from it, that they were looking at, okay, this is the body, but this soul has evolved to this, higher place, so it's not the end.
Yeah. And, I think when, especially in spirituality, we came here with a purpose, a soul purpose, right? And that's to grow and to evolve. And maybe some of us have lived many lifetimes. And each time we come back, each time we incarnate, we want to do better. We want
Mm.
to grow and to learn and eventually get to the point of maybe we become an angel, maybe we become the highest that we can become. So I think as we continue to learn and to grow and ascend, by the time we leave here and we depart, we've gotten a lot better.
Hmm.
You know, I think it's no accident that as we get older, we become, I think at least some of us become easier. You know, things don't bother us as much. And
Yeah.
we've gotten to a point of understanding and awareness where the little things don't bother us like they used to when we were younger. I
Hmm.
remember when I was very young, these like the little things would bother me, and I had to do this and I had to do. Now I'm like, I don't have to do that. I don't, you know, we get to a point of understanding and awareness. And so hopefully this is along our path and we get to a point before we pass on that we've elevated our soul
Yeah.
to a point at which we want it to be, you know, to where we want it to be.
And I guess part of that, I feel like you're pointing to is when things aren't bothering us as much, it seems like we are shedding certain attachments that we
Right,
have, preparing
right,
for the ultimate, you know,
right.
attachment that we have, you know.
And
So,
that's key too, because I think as we learn and grow, we do shed a lot of attachments.
hmm,
We come, I mean, non-attachment was my goal for a long time, like to be non-attached, not to everything, but to a lot of things that didn't serve, you know,
yeah.
like things that made me worry and frustrated me and, you know, expectations. I was so like, if you said this, then you have to do this. It was all
Hmm,
black and white.
yeah.
And as you learn and grow, the world just really doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
So,
And even the attachment, the letting go, it seems like there's a process of its own. You know, there's a process with that too, because it's not, it does, as far as I can see, it's not so easy as, well, I'm just not going to talk to this person or look at this person, or, you know, that attachment is in the mind. You know, if we're thinking about it, the person, even if we're trying to ignore ourselves or distract from it, it's still working. If we haven't sort of in some cases, I'm not going to make an absolute of anything, but if we haven't worked through those triggers, those emotional, you know, things, material that has come up that is related to that person, that work that you've talked about, you know, if we haven't done that work on it, or, you know, use that person or that thing as a teacher, then perhaps there is still this sort of clinging, which may not appear to be towards, you know, that one person or thing may be out of our lives, but then it's just going to go to something else, you know.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, well, would you like to get started?
Yeah, yeah, I didn't intend to go on so.
I know. I was thinking we're probably not going to do meditation.
Okay, let's get right into the meditation, folks. Sorry about that, but this was a great conversation, so I enjoyed it.
Well, we can always come and just talk.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
can do that sometime, or we can just talk.
yeah.
Um, so I'm going to do a bit of Reiki. I'm going to do a bit of humming bowl energy clearing and chakra clearing and balancing. And Reiki, I'll describe that a little bit before I go into it,
Mhm.
is universal life form energy, life force energy. And it was founded by a Japanese spiritualist in the 1800s, late 1800s, named Mikao Usui. And he taught it to about 12, I think it was like 20,000 students. And then I've got something going across my screen. Sorry about that.
It's
So he
okay.
taught it to about 20,000 students, and then his students taught it, and so on and so forth. But it's said to have been practiced by Buddha. So, you know, there are different claims, and it's a little murky and unclear, but Mikao Usui is the individual who founded this. And I love it. I send energy as often as I can. It benefits me, it benefits the next person. And I'm going to do that today. And the humming bowls vibrate at a certain frequency. This one is for the heart. So it clears and it opens and it balances the heart chakra. But it also, I feel that it wakes up all of the chakras, because when I use it, I just feel like all of a sudden I'm just awake and alive, and it feels really good. So I'm going to use this as well. I also have crystals because I love crystals. So I brought crystals with me. Amethyst is a healing crystal. It's an overall healing crystal. So if you have a headache, if you're not feeling well, you can take a piece of amethyst, just lay it on your body, and it does help to heal. I put it on for my head. I put it on my head for a headache. I put it on my knee after running, and it really does help. So anyway, we'll get started. I'm going to do a meditation bringing you into quiet and alignment, and then we'll balance and open the chakras. So just get comfortable.
Oh, and also I just want to mention, as we mentioned before, you folks out there, if you don't hear the bowl like very clearly, you mentioned it's still doing its work.
Absolutely. And I did want it to come through really, really loud and clear, but I think I'm going to need to get a mic so for that to happen. But it's still going through, it's still reverberating, and the energy is there, but you should be able to hear some of it. So anyway, we'll start with that. We'll clear the air. Just close your eyes, get comfortable, breathe in and out through the nose. As you inhale, expand your belly. As you exhale, contract the belly. And continue breathing. As you inhale and exhale, imagine yourself in a place of your liking, a place that you've been before, a place that you desire to be, a beautiful place. It could be in a forest with tall trees around you, and you in the center, with the sun beaming down, caressing your scalp, entering through your crown chakra, located at the top of your head. And this white light energy from the sun and from the universe, from God, this energy flows down through your crown chakra, connecting you with divinity. And that energy continues down through your third eye chakra, which is located in the center of your forehead, right above your eyebrows. And when this chakra is balanced, you see the truth within yourself and within others. And this energy, this white light energy, continues down and flows to your throat chakra, opening your throat chakra, healing it, giving you the ability to speak your truth. And it continues down through your shoulders to your heart. And when it reaches the heart, it repairs any woundedness, any hurt, any betrayal, giving you the ability to give and receive unconditional love. And feel the energy as it continues down, flowing past the heart to your solar plexus, your seat of power, giving you the ability to stand in your truth. And this white light energy continues to flow down to your sacral chakra, located at your pubic bone. This governs your seat of creativity. And it continues down to your root chakra. And your root chakra governs your feelings of safety and protectedness. And you know that when this is balanced, all in your life is well, and as it should be. So this white light energy continues to flow down through your thighs, your legs, and down to the bottom of your feet. And as it exits the bottom of your feet, it connects with Mother Earth, with Gaia. And it continues down through the many layers of dirt and sediment until it reaches the core of Mother Earth. And this energy, this white light energy, melds and mixes with the red, fiery energy that's the center of the earth. And Mother Earth, in her benign, loving, kind energy, sends loving energy up through the many layers of dirt and sediment till it reaches the top layer of the earth and connects with the bottom of your feet, up through your legs, through your thigh, until it reaches your root chakra. And your root chakra is spinning. And if you're a male, it's spinning clockwise. And if you're female, envision it spinning counterclockwise. And this red energy is flowing and spinning and clearing out any negativity, any blockages, any fears, anything that tells you that you are not safe, that you are not protected, and your needs are not met. When this is balanced, when this chakra is balanced and spinning as it should be, you know that all is well. And this red, fiery energy flows up until it meets your sacral chakra. And there, it turns an orange color. And that's the color that's associated with the sacral chakra. And it starts to spin counterclockwise. It's spinning opposite of the root chakra. So it's counterclockwise if you're a male. If you're a female, it's clockwise. And it's spinning faster, growing larger. And visualize everything that has blocked you in the past. Any woundedness, any trauma that affects your sacral chakra is removed and healed. And when the chakra is balanced and open, you have full access to creativity, to divine creativity. And you can create what you'd like to see in your life and in the world. And this energy continues up and it flows up until it reaches your solar plexus, which is located right beneath your diaphragm, and it's your center of power. And that chakra is spinning, and it's spinning clockwise if you're a male, counterclockwise if you're female. And as it spins faster and faster, it gets rid of any fears, any stories that you have told yourself or that people have told you that said you could not do it, you could not be it. And so you are able to manifest what it is you'd like to have in this world and in this life. And so when it is balanced, you stand in your power, not aggressively, not hurtfully, but in your truth and in your love. And as the energy continues to flow up, it meets your heart chakra and it turns green. And that's the color that's associated with the heart chakra. Either green or rose. We could go with a rose quartz color. But this energy, it surrounds your heart chakra, and your heart chakra is spinning. It's spinning counterclockwise if you're male, clockwise if you're female. And imagine it spinning and spinning and clearing out any kind of negativity, any kind of pain, any woundedness, any breakage. And you open your heart and you're able to give and to receive unconditional love. And as this energy continues up, it meets your throat chakra. And that throat chakra is a light blue color. And it's spinning clockwise if you're a male, counterclockwise if you're female. And it's spinning out anything that has blocked you in the past, anyone telling you that you could not say certain things because of your gender, because of who you were. And so you are able to speak your truth with clarity, with love, with compassion. And you are free to be the full expression of yourself. And the energy continues up. It rises until it reaches your third eye, located in the center of your forehead. And it turns a deep blue, an indigo blue color. And it is spinning counterclockwise if you're a male, clockwise if you're female. And as it spins and spins and gets faster and larger, it opens your third eye, balances your third eye. And you're able to see the truth within yourself and within others. And you're in touch with your internal wisdom, your internal knowing, your gut instinct. And this beautiful, loving energy that's connecting you from between earth and sky, it continues until it reaches your crown chakra. And there it turns a violet color. And it's spinning, and it's beautiful. And if you're a male, it's spinning clockwise. If you're a female, it's spinning counterclockwise. And visualize it spinning and spinning and spinning and removing anything that blocks you from your connection to the divine. And so you are open to infinite love, infinite wisdom. And as you are centered in this space with your chakras spinning, balancing, and clearing, you know that you are loved and you are supported between Mother Earth and between the divine. And all is well. So as you sit in this beautiful energy, as it engulfs you and lovingly caresses you, you can feel the energy of the divine, of Mother Earth, within you and around you. And that is the energy that you carry and you share. Slowly bring yourself back into the room and into your body. Bring a little movement into your body, into your hands, into your feet. Evaluate how you feel. And when you're ready, open your eyes. How do you feel?
Thank you. That was great.
Good, good, good.
Yeah, I
You
enjoyed
feel
it
better?
very much. Say that again. You were,
I said, do you feel balanced?
yeah.
Good.
And I felt like it brought some things to the surface as well. I don't know if that's part of,
Yes, that's
yeah,
part of it.
yeah,
You see, you have to bring them up to be cleared.
yeah,
So you may feel this going on for a day or two.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But you can do this exercise on your own. So close your eyes and visualize your chakras spinning with the colors.
yeah,
So I don't know if you are aware, we could share the color chart of the chakras because the root chakra is like a red color. So usually when I'm working with people, I'll use like this stone,
hmm,
so the rhodonite. Um, this is unakite, and I use this for the sacral chakra. This is citrine. It's for the solar plexus, which is yellow. I don't think I said yellow. I use rose quartz for the heart, but you can use green aventurine, green color, jade.
yeah,
And this is chalcedony. Use that for the third chakra. Lapis lazuli for the head. Anything to do with the eyes, the ears, the nose. It's a great healer for that area. And then this I use for the crown chakra as well as white. You can use a clear crystal for that crown chakra as well. But
okay,
you
so
visualize the chakras spinning and they
yeah,
spin in different directions. And you can imagine them clearing out any kind of negative energy, any kind of past trauma, because we've all dealt with something along the way. So we need to heal that and we bring it up so that it is recognized and healed.
okay, and I'll post a color chart. I'll look up if you see the chart I have and you think that's not the that's not the colors, let me know.
Yeah, I have books which on chakras, and I'm sure I have a chart too. So,
Yeah.
I'll yeah, you don't
So
have it. I'll provide.
okay, thank you. I think because I think I've looked it up before and I saw a bunch of them online and I think they were all pretty similar in terms of the colors. So I'll but you check and if it's
I
not the correct one, we'll and I guess we can find something where it shows which way the
right,
chakra should be spinning.
right. I'll look for something. I know I have some information in a book. I don't know if it's all in one area, but I'll look. And
Okay.
so, and you can use that as well. But I'm sure there's a wealth of information out there on that. But yeah, you just visualize it. If you're female, it's you start with counterclockwise from the root going to the crown, and you end with counterclockwise. If you're male, it's the exact opposite. And then
Okay.
also remember that the chakras are spinning in opposite directions, as you know.
Oh,
You
okay.
see what I'm saying? So you begin counterclockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, like that. They spin in different directions.
Okay. So that helps. So So the beginning one is the one that we need to really focus on, and then
Right,
everyone. And what did
right.
you say the beginning one is for?
For a male, it's clockwise.
Okay, clockwise. Okay.
Yes. For female, it's counterclockwise.
Okay.
And the
Okay.
color is red or black. You could use black. Uh,
Yeah.
it's black tourmaline.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
You're
This was
very welcome.
this
It's my
was
pleasure as always. Thank you. I appreciate you.
thank you. I appreciate you too. And this was much needed for me and I'm sure for many people.